Scheme Team? Welcome to episode 3.
Episode 3, we're still going strong.
That nearly did not happen. I told you guys a long time ago in the first episode that once it started getting nice outside, we were going to kind of lose commitment with this podcast, but we're here to provide y'all with the content that you so desire.
The listeners love it. I'm just hearing.
No, we
feedback.
love the listeners. We love the listeners.
We love you
y'all.
guys.
Listeners love it.
Love you, Hamza.
Yeah.
Mom. Y'all are great.
Mom's listening?
No, she might though. She might. Speaking of Nani, did they ever put like coconut oil in your hair growing up?
Yeah. Tel Malish.
Tel Malish.
You still do that?
I made up a song about it actually.
My mom tries to get me to do that every time I come home.
Tel Malish.
Yo, that was legit.
What was that, dude?
That was a jingle.
That was a jingle.
That was a good jingle. Yeah, I noticed you don't have any little coconut oil.
I
in
feel
the
like we
bathroom.
could get a Tel Malish sponsorship.
Yeah, we should definitely.
If we could get anything, it'd be that.
It would be Tel Malish, yeah. We'd all have to be doing it to each other.
Would you?
like the monkeys picking lice from each other's head, eating it.
I mean, our conversations are pretty basic, primitive conversations.
We just change the name to Three Monkeys.
I feel like when we put this podcast into the ether, and society takes one big step backwards.
We took a giant step backwards with our president last year.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah,
let's just walk backwards now.
What is the state of America? It's been a full year. What are your guys' thoughts?
I don't know. It's still surreal to me. Actually, I don't know.
You know, I read an article by
It's getting tired. It's getting tired, right?
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Tell us about the article
conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I read this article by the Economist. I read an article by the Economist.
It's now trying to sound smart.
I didn't really read the article, it was just a tweet. It was a blur. And I was like, oh, well, okay, the Economist gave me their take.
You read a headline.
Yeah, I read a headline.
Don't lie. How many times do you read a headline? Tell somebody you read something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a fake
I
news
read this
spreads,
article,
man.
and then somebody follows up with a question. You're like, I don't know. I just read the
Yeah.
headline.
Oh, that happened? Oh, I didn't know that.
And here's the thing: a lot of headlines are like clickbait. So
Exactly.
sometimes the article might not even be about the headline.
Don't get your news from social media, please. That's all.
Where do you guys get your news? Where do you get
That's
your
all
news?
fake news.
Where do you get your news?
It's not all fake news.
It's all fake.
But there's a lot of
majority
clutter.
of it is fake, and then
Where do you get your news?
Yeah,
John
where do you get your
Oliver?
news?
I get my news from The Guardian.
The Guardian.
Guardian's good.
The
source.
Guardian's good.
Yeah.
I think it's not biased.
I like
What about you?
BBC.
I like
BBC's
BBC.
good. BBC's
It's alright. I think.
Al Jazeera.
Nah.
Mira.
Here's the thing. I like taking in different viewpoints. So I'll even I'm okay with the conservative news coming at me and the liberal news like CNBC, MSNBC, BBC.
So you watch Fox? No, you don't.
No, I get mad at Fox, so I can't watch it.
That's not news.
It's not news.
It's reality TV.
Yeah, but I don't mind the conservative viewpoint because I want to see. I don't want to be in a bubble.
Right,
I don't want to be in a
that's
liberal
true.
bubble.
That's true.
No, we should get polarized. That's the only way to...
Get
That's how we move forward.
Get polarized tonight, bro.
No, but sorry, you were talking about The Economist.
I just read the title, man.
Okay. So there's
that where
nothing.
it ends? That's it.
Nothing more
That's
to
it.
add.
Nothing.
No, so the point of the article was that for all his pomp, the year has been progressing as any other Republican in candidacy would have been. I mean, he just says wild things, and he causes up controversy, stirs up controversy. But the progression of this year is very similar to how previous Republicans have run the office while they've been there.
Because he's surrounded by Republicans.
Right. I mean, he's it's a farce. I mean, it's
right.
any president's a figurehead. It's really just the majority and who.
I think what's crazy is
they lobby for.
Obama's in office 8 years. This guy has done more than Obama, affecting people's lives with policies in 1 year.
Impact.
A lot of people did in their entire president. I'm
Well,
not saying it's positive. I'm not saying it's positive, but he's just doing
There's
a
still
lot.
change,
He's
yeah.
doing a lot.
Yeah.
He's out here doing a lot of shit, and most of it is
Is
not.
he though? I don't know.
The only issue though is
he's definitely doing stuff, but Obama did. I don't agree that Obama didn't do stuff. He was blocked a lot though. He was blocked from doing a lot.
Like Obama's presidency, the only way it really affected our lives was healthcare. That really affected everyone's lives.
20 million people insured.
Yeah, like what Trump is doing is like it's affecting immigrants' lives, affecting Muslims' lives, it's affecting healthcare, it's affecting big business. Like his hand is in every he's somehow affecting everyone's
Annoyingly
field.
so.
Right, like
Well, he's attempting to. He hasn't been been overtly successful.
disrupted.
Yeah, he's
presidency.
disrupted. He's disruptive. He's the disruptive.
Let's pivot from this topic.
Yeah, no Trump talk. No Trump talk.
Yeah.
This is not what this podcast is about.
No.
Yeah, so we almost got into a fight last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good segue.
Yeah. So like we were walking through Lower East Side, and I don't really see what happened. I just looked up, and Rob, one of our friends, I guess he bumped into another clique of brown people, and I walked up, and like I heard the brown guy who he bumped into. He's like, "It's not okay, bro. It's not cool. It's not good." Like, so I guess Rob was saying like, "It's cool, bro. We just bumped into each other, like whatever." And the brown guy's like, "No, it's not cool." Which I was like, well, that's a little aggressive. So I walked up to him. I was like, "What's up? Like, you ain't trying to see these hands. You know what I'm saying?" Like,
Yeah, you said
You
that.
didn't say
Yeah,
that.
right. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
That sounds more like it.
Let's not engage in this sort of behavior.
So anyway, the guy's like, "Oh, you used to work at Tough City. I know you." He said my full name and everything, and like somehow knew me, and that diffused the entire fight. That's it.
Dude.
And we all laughed, and then we went our separate ways.
Brown people try to act hard too much. Man.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Bizarro Brown Squad. Bizarro Brown Squad.
You think they have a podcast too?
He did kind of look like Nyle.
But their pod is like really intellectual. Yo, how about that guy that looks like me in that Bali shake thing?
God. We
there somebody-
gotta
it looks
insert
like it.
that
Oh,
clip.
yeah, you
we gotta
really
insert
think
that
you said
clip
that.
in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, clip, bro.
There might be some copyright stuff there. I don't think we'll be
No,
alright.
just
He's not gonna sue us. Get the out of here.
That's how we know we made it.
Yeah, we're using his
getting
likeness.
bro, this guy.
Yeah, he looks.
I
he
usually
looks like
disagree
you.
with whenever someone presents with a doppelganger. It's always an offensive one. I don't know if that's because like we have an higher esteem of ourselves.
That's not
bigger
true. Like
perception.
the guy from The Hobbit then is a pretty good looking guy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There is that guy who looks like.
But that's
Flat
like- that's
from
like-
Mahabate. Yeah.
That's like good flat though. That's like
cool.
Good flat.
That's
There's some
good
shitty
flat.
doppelgangers
Yeah.
too. Yeah, just
That's
some
good
guy with
flat.
a huge nose, and they're like, "That's flat."
yeah, dude. You got some savage.
I don't
want to
bring it up. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of too.
Yeah. What's his name? Otto
Otto.
from the Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a good story, man. You have to share it, but that's a good story.
Yeah, I don't have to share.
No, that's
no.
a funny one though.
Don't hate on Instagram. They bite back.
Tell us the story.
Instagram has no chill.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
Bro, that's nuts.
His head nod is on point, dude.
You don't dance that well though.
Yeah, I do.
He got some moves, but I think he got.
I mean, this guy's like a professional dancer, dude. Come on.
Should I tell the Instagram story or next?
It's a funny story,
You can
but
tell it if you want. Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
we'll,
Go
about
for
to
it.
start.
A lot of flat
Self-deprecation.
stories on this one.
All right,
But I like
too
it.
many flat
Flat came
stories.
along.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
They're interesting stories. You lead an interesting life.
Thank you. A lot of.
He's an interesting guy. That's what it is.
It doesn't.
I think I pose a lot of questions into people's lives where they think about their own life. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
In all truth, in all truth.
Knicks.
In all truth, in all
Moving on,
truth.
moving on. No more. What do you guys think about you know how like everyone when you watch a YouTube video like, comment, subscribe,
Right.
share,
Like below.
but do you ever do those things? Like when they
When
request
they
it?
tell me to do it, I don't do it.
You don't do it.
I don't do it.
That's why I think
Nah.
on this.
You got to
point.
speak for yourself.
Maybe we
Your
shouldn't-
content has to speak for itself.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just be like,
'Cause
don't like it.
And I know the
Like
core-
it or
No,
don't.
don't even.
If it's
do
like
what
a
you want. Do what you want with it.
Do what you want.
If it's like a big one network like
You're
a
grown
Vice,
up.
I know they're making them do it too. So it's like a forced corporate hand.
But don't you
and,
think
you know?
I feel like the reason people do it because there's just psychological effect that if you say it, like you're more likely to
I think
do it.
the
Like,
This is the one
masses.
time. This is the one time. Like I wasn't subscribed to Jesus and Mero, but I watch all their videos. So one time they were like, subscribe to our channel, and it made me realize
You weren't
that I weren't. But I already loved them, and I was already like
Right.
almost
Consuming their content.
exactly.
So at the end of the
It's
day,
different.
content is king. If the
It
content
is,
is
yeah.
good, it's gonna get the likes.
right.
Because I share,
Which is
if
why
I
we
like
have like
something,
0 likes.
Yeah.
If I like something, I share it immediately,
Yeah.
and it does have nothing to do with them telling me to do
Right.
it. So
Right.
I don't think we should say that. It kind of annoys me.
Okay.
We should say comment though, because comments are interesting.
Let's get engaged.
Let's get
Let's get
engaged.
engaged. All right.
I like it.
All right, I like it. Flat coming with the heat this
Flat?
week. It's
Yeah,
the
dude.
goggles,
Hot
bro.
takes, stories,
Yeah.
memeable moments.
And I freaked it.
A lot of Nixes though too. It's a third. Is that a Nix? I don't know. I think we'll let you pass
that
on
one
that
slides. That one slides.
We can't abuse the Nix.
Yeah, you can't abuse the Knicks.
I didn't get nixed once. Knock on
I think
wood.
you got Nixed once in
No,
the
we
beginning of the
removed it.
episode.
We
Yeah.
removed it.
Knicks
It was
con.
a premature
Really?
Nix.
Premature. Nah,
That was a premature Nix.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
that
we
was a
removed-
premature Nix.
Yeah.
So that was a flat Nix.
I nixed your favorite player. I forgot who you even said.
Oh, Rose.
Terrible.
I mean, no, it's a
Derek.
good player.
No. Oh, that's a Knicks. That's a
trying to
Knicks.
get a Knicks.
That's
He's
a
trying
Knicks.
to get the extra
Derrick
Knicks. He knows he's
Rose.
gonna
He was
lose.
on the Knicks. He was on the Knicks.
You're getting the Knicks.
He was on every team in the NBA.
D Rose, yeah, failed.
D-Rose.
basketball
D-Rose.
player.
D-Rose.
Yeah. He just used the NBA for free rehab.
Oh,
Oh,
cold, man.
yo, that's
Yeah,
harsh.
shout out, yo.
Damn.
That's harsh.
Come at me, D Rose.
We had a
try
lot
to
of
see these
basketball
hands.
You played ball today.
We did play
Yeah,
by. It
played
was
ball.
all yeah.
Balled out. I dropped like maybe 10. How much do you think you dropped?
I don't think I only had one game where I really scored. Like
Yeah, you
anything.
scored a lot that one game.
That one game, and then every other game I had like air balls.
You had a pretty epic finger roll.
The
Yeah.
finger roll.
Yeah, and you had short shorts on. You look like a basketball player from the '80s who like
God.
could dunk it, but like he can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Thanks, bro. Put me on blast. You think the short shorts are gonna come back?
I think they already have.
No,
yeah.
in basketball though.
Oh, in
When you
basketball.
play ball, do you count your own stats? Are you that kind of guy?
Yeah, I count how much I score.
Triple double? Is that you? Like, you're, like counting your assists.
Flat has that. You got that loop around shot, and you always get it off, like the fadeaway.
It's so
kinda.
annoying.
Yeah,
It's
it
hard to
annoys
guard.
people.
It's
It
hard
annoys
to guard.
people. Yeah, it's practiced.
Yeah. No, it suits you well. too.
Yeah, the floaters. I'm known for the floaters. I used to piss people off at the YMCA.
Yeah.
Like guard his floater.
Who's that?
Yeah,
All he
what's
does
his
is
name?
float.
That guy sounds
Yeah.
like Jimmy.
Yeah.
He sounds like a Jimmy.
Yeah,
Sounds like an Edward and
Artist
Jimmy.
floater.
there's an
40
older
years-
gentleman that used to
40
play
years
with
old.
the youngins. You know.
Yeah, sounds like
You know those
Oh,
old
dude,
guys
I
who
know
just
that
shoot
guy.
threes?
Yeah.
You
It's the
know
same
what I'm
Y.
talking about? Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Phillips Y,
You know
right?
what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
I know who you're talking about. He had like kind of a gut.
Right.
Yeah,
He had
yeah,
a
yeah.
hat.
He used to
Wearing a
he had a
hat. Yeah,
He
backwards
used to shoot
hat.
like that.
Like this.
Oh, dude, I know that guy.
Everyone in Dr. Phillips has played basketball with this guy.
Oh man, same dude.
Yeah, same dude.
Yeah, dude, I know that guy. We all live in the same community in Orlando.
Right.
So our parents do. We grew up in the same communities.
Very hot area. Hot
So-
area right now.
We use the same Y to work out.
I was
play
all
basketball.
fitness and golds. I'm just saying.
Oh, you were at Golds.
It's gold. Yeah. He was a late comer.
I mean, I feel like
The OG DPs is the
that's
Y.
reflective of
Yeah.
our body types now. Like we went to the Y, and now I went to Gold's Gym, and he's like Jack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Gold Gym has more weights.
Yeah,
That's kind of all it
we went
is.
to the Y.
Yeah.
Like,
It's one big weight.
It's one
we're
big
not really
weight.
working out.
Their logo is like the dude lifting like the crazy ass weight.
Shaq used to be at the Gold's Gym, right? Did you ever see him there?
I actually have a picture with him
Oh, it's
at
not.
LA Fitness.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
If you shoot me that picture, I'll put it up.
Was his dick on your shoulder?
It's a-
Edit that out. My mom's watching.
Is your mom really watching?
Keep that.
No. I hope not.
Bro, it was so interesting. I saw Shaq. He was just sitting there, like in the front, like he was like kind of waiting for people to say hi. Like, you know, he's being like really courteous, and people like signing stuff, taking photos. So I just, you know, I was like, hey Shaq. I had everything drawn. You know, like you can't approach someone to like ask for a selfie and then pull out your phone. Like you have to be ready,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, yeah, come on. And
That sounded like Shaq. That was a good Shaq impression.
so we took the shot, and then I turned around, and he left, and he walks out. He's this huge hulking figure. If you've ever seen Shaq, dude, he's like a tree trunk.
I have seen
redwood,
Shaq,
bro. He's
yeah.
a massive person. And I look outside, and I see Shaq riding away in the sunset on a bicycle. Dude, this is the largest bicycle I have ever seen in my life. And it's like a thing. You should go online, you can look up
Wait,
Shaq's bicycle.
From Gold's Gym? He was.
No, this is LA Fitness, because it's next to Windermere.
Oh, right.
So, across from the Perkins, where Tiger Woods had his affair. Shout out to Orlando. So,
These are landmarks in
Yeah, these are
Orlando.
landmarks.
Yeah,
the Orlando tour.
yeah. All places where celebrities had infidelity
Oh my
moments.
God.
Yeah.
Celebrity
I
infidelity.
live on that street, Conroe Windermere Road.
Wow.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
community is
Historic.
on that street.
Yeah, but anyway, so dude, look up this bicycle. It's a it's like it's personally made for Shaq, and he just rides away into the sunset.
That's hilarious.
I have another Shaq story. I mean, we're from Orlando, and pretty much everyone has a Shaq encounter. Yeah. So I was in downtown Orlando, and I was with my good friend Andrew, and we saw Shaq, and he was like surrounded by attorneys. And later on, I did research, and it was the same time he was going through his divorce. So I put 2 and 2, and he was probably like going through some shit at that time. So, but Andrew walked up to him, and he was like, "Mr. O'Neal," and Shaq literally just put his hand out like this, giant hand, just in his face. Not right now.
So
we got Shaq,
dude.
Damn.
Yo, he's in his.
That's serious.
Wife beater,
Yo,
man.
throw that in.
That's pretty cool.
Send that to Swoop.
Yeah, send that over, man.
Yeah, so.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Shaq shafted my friend.
What are your thoughts on like people giving autographs? Like, let's say you're a celebrity, right? Would you be honored to give autographs?
I think at first,
given no autograph policy?
At first, I think celebrities are very like, wow, I have fans, the random people that like me. So
I don't think autographs are as big anymore because we have
like
pictures.
Selfies.
It's all about pictures.
You can take just a quick photo and that
right, which is less intensive for them. They don't have to like sign.
Yeah,
something.
but a lot of people like they don't want to take a picture.
Yeah.
That's their right. That is their right.
It's kind of it's intimate.
Yeah.
I like getting a handshake and just saying, I really appreciate whatever.
Sure.
I've done that before. Yeah.
Because you see so many celebrities in New York all the time. And
who did you see? I don't see anyone.
I've seen David Schwimmer, Ross.
I thought you went with Chappelle. I was like, you saw David Chappelle? He's like, Schwimmer.
I've seen at Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah, Ross. Yeah.
Oh.
At Comedy Cellar, I've seen Aziz Ansari. I've seen Russell Peters. Russell Peters made fun of me.
No way.
Yeah, he made fun of me.
Dude,
Aziz Ansari made fun of my cousin.
Wow.
Oh, man.
What'd they say?
That's funny. Aziz Ansari, we were sitting all the way in the back, and he's gonna hate me for telling the story. So we were sitting all the way in the back, and Aziz Ansari was testing out new material, and he was saying, "I just recently went to India to meet my Dadi Ma or whatever, Dadi."
Shout out to Dadi.
Shout out to Dadis.
Episode name
It's a good episode name.
for the Daddies.
And to start off his bit, Aziz was like, "Anybody been to India recently?" And my cousin had just been to India, and he's like, "Yeah." And we're all the way in the corner, so
Wow.
he can't see our faces, but he heard the voice. He's like, "Oh, you, where'd you go?" And my cousin was like, "Everywhere." In that voice, in that kind of like shitty dude voice.
He wanted to get shitted on by Aziz. Yeah.
I think it was just a reaction. It wasn't really his fault. He just like was caught in the moment,
Right.
and Aziz ripped him. Like he was like, "Yo, this guy." You can't go everywhere in India. Did you go to this little village? Like he just
Very
like
Aziz,
did his Aziz
riff.
voice and riffed him. Yeah, ripped him a new one, man. Russell Peters made fun of my name.
Suhail.
Yeah.
Or Swoop, which one?
Suhail. He asked me what my name was.
Swoop. If he said Swoop, that would have been great.
Swoop!
My name's Swoop.
I seen Louis C.K.
Wait, what did he say about your name?
He asked me what my name was, and he had asked like a few other people, and they were like white people, and they were just like Jim, John,
Mike.
and then
Sam.
yeah, and then he asked me, and I said Suhail, and then he was just like, "See, brown names are so cool, they're so nice, like Suhail. It sounds like a king's name, King Suhail." Like he was just riffing on it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
It was really nice, but then he also made. I was kind of on a date, and
date
he
Swoop.
made fun of like the date as well.
Wow.
I don't know if I can
Did
tell
you-
the
did you
story.
have to
though. This is a
protect her
bad-
honor?
This is a kind of a.
Bro, did you protect her honor? Because
So I was on.
How dare you, Russell Peters? We're leaving.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to tell this story.
Now you have to.
What on the
You're
spot,
like, I was on a date. Sorry, Mom.
looks like we just hit an hour. I think we're good.
It's good content.
All right. So basically, we were on a date, right? And
Yeah.
the girl made sure that we got front row center.
She bought the tickets.
She bought the tickets. She wanted to surprise me. Really nice. Like
Oh, dude.
that was.
She
Really
took
nice
you
of her.
out on a date.
She took me out. I had taken her out a few times, and she was like,
sure,
"I want to do something for you now."
Reciprocating.
Really nice. Yeah. Great reciprocation.
It's weird how it's like 80 to 20, you know? It's like you did like a month worth of like dates, and then she's like, one date.
All right, we need to be equal,
Yeah,
men and
equality,
women.
yeah.
All right, it's all about equality.
Yeah, for
2018. All right.
So she made sure that we got front row center. And
Nice,
what they
man.
did was, I think they knew what they were doing. So the guy who hosted, Artie Fuqua, who still hosts at Comedy Cellar, the
What a
original.
name, bro.
Artie,
Fuqua.
yeah, everyone knows Artie, the guy with the beard, right?
Yeah. No, he doesn't have a beard.
Oh, not the same.
But he got
Artie.
in that.
Another
You know when
Artie?
Tracy
Another
Morgan
Artie.
got in an accident? He was in the car with him as well.
wow.
Yeah, they're boys, I guess. So they had given Artie, as the MC, had given roses to everybody in the front row.
Okay.
So we had a rose on our table, and then Russell Peters came out, right? Which was a surprise. So we're all like astounded, and we're all clapping. And right away, Russell Peters goes, "You guys on a date?" and I was like, I told her, I was like, I don't want to be.
You know what this is? Oh, I know where this story is going. I don't think he wanted to admit to the girl that he was dating her.
Yeah.
So did this kind of define the relationship, or did you have
It did kind
That's what it
kind
is.
of.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But what happened was, so he asked us, "You guys on a date?" And I was just like, "Yeah." Like I was trying to keep it to a minimum. Like I didn't want to say too much, because the more fodder I give him, he's just gonna keep ripping me, right? So I was just like, "Yeah, we're on a date." He's like, "Oh, what date is it?" And I was like, and I looked at her and I was like, "Third date," like something like that. It was like a third date, fourth date.
Yeah.
And then right away he just kind of pauses and he's like,
No way.
yeah, and
crazy.
it was a like I was just like, he just moved on after that. But yeah,
That's funny. He got a laugh out of you.
he
He
got a
squeezed a laugh out of
me.
you.
The whole place,
everyone.
the
You were
whole place
used.
laughed.
You were
Yeah.
used.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was
good.
fun.
Good
Comedy
stuff.
Cellar is an institution, man.
You saw
New York
Louis
is-
too.
I saw Louis. Everybody. This was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, before the whole fallout.
So he didn't masturbate in front of everyone.
Oh, you were waiting for that. You were waiting for that one. On the way out. Lock this shit.
And that's what I have to say about that.
Schemers, thank you so much for tuning in again.
Schemers, thanks for
And
tuning
making.
in.
Did you?
Comment, click, subscribe. Comment, click, subscribe. Comment, click, subscribe.
No, none of that.
So like
Do what
Jenna
you want. Do
Marbles.
what you want. Do what you want with it. You're an adult.
Do what you want with it. You don't even gotta watch.
Yeah.
But we do want to engage
sure.
in discussion. What would you like to hear? What do you want us to talk about? Send us some listener mail. We'll read it online.
And we won't consider it.
Comment, click, subscribe.